evening, everyone. My name is Raj Mahanti, and I welcome you all to our very own Healthy Chat show. Today, our guest is Mr. Imtiaz Hussain. He is an educational consultant who has an experience of 38 years in the field of education and 21 years of experience as the principal of various CBSE schools under the Ministry of HRD and Ministry of Defense and also Tata Motors. Currently, he provides consultancy services to various schools. Sir, hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
We are pleased to have you on our show.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to, now the next session would be taken by Prakha.
Okay.
Hello, sir. A very good evening to you, and a very good evening to all the members present here into the chat show. Sir, I would like to
Good
welcome
evening.
you to our chat show. A very warm welcome to you, sir. I would like to say, sir, in today's
Thank
era,
you.
when in this pandemic, when everyone is home and we all are just sitting idle, right? Hey Foodie, our company has been doing a wonderful job. Like we have been inviting people and we have been interacting. We have been getting out the crux, like what should we do and what should happen into this pandemic. First of all, I would like to tell you something about Hey Foodie, sir. We are a Jamshedpur-based startup who have been providing people with 100% homemade food which is fresh and local. That is the best thing I can say. Right? Our Prime Minister promoting vocal for local, and also it gives a essence of maa ke haath ka khana, right? Which is also being super healthy and swadist at the same time. So I welcome you to our chat show, and as Raj introduced you, a very grateful thanks to Raj. Sir, I would say like you have a wonderful experience of 38 years into the field of education, and for 21 years you have been the principal of many schools, like from Ministry of Defense and Tata Motors. Like, sir, it is a very big thing. I would like to congratulate you for that. And sir, can you please share your
Thank you.
experiences today? That what made you choose teaching or this line as a profession? Why did you choose this line as a profession, sir?
Right. In fact, when I passed out from the university, I had various fields to choose. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, but your video is not there.
Okay. Yeah, are we visible, sir?
No, sorry. Now it's coming.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So I was saying that when I passed out from the university long back, almost 40 years back, I had a choice to join different fields. But then I choose teaching because of one major factor, that you have one-to-one relation with the students. Initially, I started teaching in a college for a short while, but then I found that there is no personal contact with the students. So I joined the school teaching and then continued in the field of school education. Uh, the only major factor was that you can uh, influence the lives of the children directly. You can interact with the parents directly, and you can solve the problems of the students by interacting with them, by interacting with the parents. So this is my passion.
That's really wonderful, sir. That's really great. Sir, could you please explain or put some light upon, like, why do you think that interacting with parents is directly is very much necessary, or counseling students at that age means people in schools, like they just enter into their adolescence, they are 15, 16, or very small kids, like you handle all of them. So how has your experience been? Like, how do you mentor them? How do you guide them, sir?
See, the first thing, why should we talk to the parents? Because the children, we have seen in many cases that they are not very open with their parents. They don't discuss some of the personal problems with their parents, whereas they share with the teachers, or we can say a particular teacher with whom they are close, and we come to know about certain complexes, certain phobias, certain problems being faced by the particular child. And at some stage of time, we feel that at the same time as we talk to the student concerned, we should talk to his or her parents also, because sometimes we need their cooperation. We have to devise certain things for the students. We suggest certain solutions to their problems, and we want the parents to cooperate to follow up the solution at home. They should be kept into confidence. They should also know that from which phase their child is passing through, and what support the child wants from the parent side, what support he or she wants from the school side, from society side, and all. And as we are progressing, the problems are becoming complex and complex. So this is a triangle in the uh, education field of school. We follow a triangle, that is the parents, the teachers, and the students. So there should be a proper interaction between these three angles of a triangle.
Exactly, sir. Thank you, sir. You brought at a very important point, like the triangle, which is very much important of the parents, teachers, and the students. Right, sir? So, do you think that in it, food also plays a role in it or not? Like for students to be healthy?
Very important.
Okay. Can you
Yeah,
please put some light on it, sir?
very important. Yeah, very important role, because see, if we use this healthy food, it lowers down the risk of diseases, especially in the case of small children. Now the children start going to school at the age of 2. So these young kids of 2 to 5, 6, 10 years even, uh, they are very prone to diseases if they uh, don't get home food, if they don't get
Exactly,
healthy
sir.
food, then very frequently they are caught by the diseases. So if we use healthy food, it lowers the risk of serious illness, it lowers the risk of malnutrition, etc. And along with the balanced diet, the children should be encouraged for exercises also. Now, what is happening nowadays, that we are least bothered about the exercise, especially in case of small kids. Once we are grown up, like at the age of 20, 25 and all, we understand the importance of yoga and all. But in case of small kids, they are hardly taken care of. Neither the parents think of it, nor the children are aware of it. Nowadays, one very unhealthy thing which we have come across, that either due to compulsion or due to choice, they are more prone to junk food. They find it easy. Like early in the morning, it's difficult to prepare the breakfast. They purchase anything from the market and they give in the tiffin boxes. Now the children, they start getting this junk food right from beginning, right from the age of 3 or 4 years, and they continue eating it throughout their school life. And this
Exactly.
affects their mental health. This, this affects their physical
Exactly,
health
sir.
as
You
well.
brought out a very important point. I would like to say, like most of the parents, both our parents have been working in these days. And what actually happens is parents give some junk food, or they are given some money that you can buy from the canteen outside, or you can get some Maggie or something like that of stuff. So I would like to say,
Yeah.
Hey Foodie have been doing a wonderful job here. Like we have been providing schools, the students, with healthy foods at the right age. Like when we were small,
Yeah.
when we were at the age of 9, 10, or something, or at that age, if we were taught that yeah, you should get healthy food, you should get right nutrition, that would be very much helpful. I can say, sir, Hey Foodie has been doing a wonderful job in what context you brought out the problems today. And sir, what do you mean by a healthy lifestyle? Like how can one person lead a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah. Before coming to this point, I would like to add one more point to your this previous point, that both the parents working. Now, in most of the families, we find both the parents are working. The maids don't come in early in the morning, so breakfast is not prepared, and they take it as an excuse. Whereas I have found personally that where there is a will, there is a way. In our family also, both of us had been working. We had 2 kids going to school, but I personally experienced that in 99% cases, we could avoid the junk food. Like slightly, you have to sacrifice some more timing, like you have to get up, say, 30 minutes before your time of getting up. And then you can prepare breakfast, nice breakfast for healthy breakfast for your children. But we don't take care of that. I told you, no, we are more used to of shortcuts. So we just spend 10, 20 rupees or 30 rupees and say, okay, you purchase anything and go to school. We can avoid it. Also, since we are talking about your startup, I have a suggestion for the schools that the schools can start canteen services in their premises. Now, the schools come up with the excuse that it's difficult to control the management of the canteen, whereas their prime focus is on teaching academics. I say, okay, they can outsource this complete canteen activity to some NGOs, to some startup, some organization, and they can provide homemade foods to the children.
Exactly,
So
sir.
the parents also will get the assistance. Okay. What was your point? Is it?
Yeah, exactly, sir. That was my point. That was exactly what we have been doing. Like, if if some school wants, Hey Foodie has been providing them a complete kitchen solution inside their school itself, and they get homemade food from Hey Foodie itself, sir. Sir, like you suggested that
Exactly.
we have got we can get good nutritious food, right? So, sir, can you differentiate means what is more required, good quantity of food or good quality of food? Between that, how to differentiate,
See,
sir?
I know. See, both quality and quantity are required, especially in the case of youth, the students going to the school. I told you from 2 years to say 15 years. This is an age group where both quality and quantity is required. Sufficient quantity, which can provide them sufficient nutrition, and the quality also should be good. We should avoid only one thing, that is overeating, because overeating of nutritious and healthy food also is dangerous.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Like if we like something, we have a tendency, like we tend to take it a lot of it, and that exactly puts fat in us. Like, sir, I would like to say
Yeah,
the next question.
excess of everything is bad. Yeah.
Exactly, sir. Yes, sir. Bilkul. Sir, I would like to ask you, like, is it necessary that we should follow a proper timetable when we are healthy eating also, that we should have food at this point of time, or how the students at school can maintain it, sir? What are your suggestions for it?
Yeah, like the medical scientists have come up with a solution that they have suggested a way of living rather, that our eating is, duration should be a span of 10 to 12 hours. And you fix up as per your own schedule, you can fix up this timing. Maybe if you getting up at 6 o'clock, then 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., or maybe from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And during these 12 years of a span, you have to manage the time for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, as you say about the school going children, first thing the parents which they have to take care, never send the children empty stomach to the school. Now, what happens, especially in summer when they go to school and they attend the assembly, which lasts for around 20 minutes, some students faint down there. So to avoid that, they should not be sent empty stomach. Something should be given to them, some good healthy item to be eaten. And then they have got a lunch break, what they call the recess time. They can take the meal over there, the tiffin. Once they come back from school, they can have a good lunch, go for a short nap, then evening snacks and tea, and then finally the dinner. Dinner also at least 2 hours before they go to sleep. Now, for each and every individual case, the parents have to devise the timetable because the time of school varies. So they should know what time the child starts from home, what time he comes back, and what time he sleeps. So if we take that span for 12 hours, they can decide the timing for lunch and dinner.
Definitely, sir. I would like to say that your this wonderful message, the 20 people, the participants, all of them we have here today, will definitely follow that timetable from today onwards, and would definitely pass on to the students or the children, whomever we have at our homes. Like, sir, I would like to ask you one thing. Do you think, sir, immunity plays an important role while conquering this pandemic? In this pandemic situation, everyone has been talking about coronavirus. People are afraid, and everyone is saying that you need to improve your immunity. How do you think that food will help us out in that?
Yeah, obviously, like when we are staying at home to be safe, it's lockdown, we can't go out, we are working from home, no office. Now, what happens normally, I've seen in many cases that people being 24 hours at home, their entire routine, their entire system gets disturbed. They are at home for the whole day. They don't eat at proper timing. Whole day they keep on eating. Whole day they keep on taking something or the other, either the soft drinks or the cakes or pastries or whatever it is like. They tend to watch TVs for long hours, and if they are watching TV for 3-4 hours, they continue eating during that also. Maybe even the good things like dry fruits and all, but still, every item has to be taken at a particular time. So they take breakfast at 11 o'clock, 11:30, lunch at 3:30 or 4, dinner at 11 o'clock. There is no time for eating and sleeping properly. So this should be checked. And once you are staying at home, you need a strong immunity, not only to face your physical need, also to face the mental stress. We being at home, we have to face a lot of things, a lot of anxieties, a lot of stress. What is going to happen after the unlockdown? What is going to happen to our office work? The office work is not going as per pace. We are not able to meet the targets. So a lot of things cause anxiety and stress, and we have to face that. We can face it properly, and we can continue to be happy only when we have a very strong immunity system.
Exactly, sir. Thank you, sir. We would definitely focus on that and have a strong immunity system. So you brought out the word stress while speaking. Sir, why do you think like students in school, I would basically focus like who are our target segment customers, basically our students at school. Do you think that student at schools can have stress? And if so, what should we as parents or elders or teachers can do to reduce it? What do you think, sir, on it?
Sir, a lot of stress are being undertaken by the students. I'll say two types of stress. One which is unavoidable, one which is avoidable. Very little we have unavoidable stress. More of it we have avoidable risk, avoidable stress. Now, what is unavoidable? That the pressure of studies, the pressure of examination, the pressure of homework and all, that's natural. And this stress we can easily meet, we can easily cope, there is no problem. But there are certain stress which we can avoid, but we keep inviting. Like sitting in the classroom, we always compare our academic results with our colleagues, with our classmates, and continue bothering about the future. That he or she is getting more marks than me, he or she may compete in entrance examination, I may not. If I am not able to compete in entrance examination, what will happen to my future? Now, if the parents also create a lot of pressure, still in 2020 also, a lot of parents and students realize or feel that there are only two branches where the child can excel, either engineering or medical. They are unable to understand there are 1001 ways where the child can show the talent. Not necessarily the child has to be good in science and maths and all. It's not necessary, or biology. The child may be very good in art. The child may be very good in sports. The child may be very good in languages, literature. But then we close our eyes and we concentrate on certain areas where the child is not able to perform, like it is not his or her ability. And then we create a stress for ourselves, a stress for the children also. So this stress should be avoided by keeping ourselves practical. Understand the child ability. Talk to the child. Which area, which field he or she is good into. Where does he or she want to go after completion of education? You ask your child one very simple question, that if you are of 10 years of age, where do you see yourself after 15 years? Now the child will start thinking, and there the child will start realizing that as per my thinking, what is the job suitable, and for that job, what type of studies shall I undertake? It's not that like the ships, they are going in one direction, I should also go. So such a stress can be avoided. The parents also, they have got a very basic problem. Many of the parents, whenever they get the report cards, they don't concentrate on the child's marks, they concentrate on the marks secured by his or her classmates. And
exactly.
I have seen people, they take the report cards of their own child, but their sight is on the blackboard where the first ranker, second ranker, third ranker's name and percentage are shown. And then they try to compare. Why comparing? your child is unique. You find out which area he or she can excel, and you can avoid the stress.
Exactly, sir. You brought out a wonderful point, I can say. Like everyone who has come into this earth today is uniquely blessed with some or the other quality. And the best thing is we need to realize it very often, the sooner we can. Like I would tell you something about myself, sir. I have done engineering from KIT University. And while doing my engineering, I got to know that my interest field, that yeah, I am good at marketing or I should take the marketing line. And then I thought to pursue my MBA. So as you advised all of us, sir, I can say all the participants will follow it. Like if we chose our interest field as early as possible, we can excel in it too early. Sir, we have 1.5 minutes left for this meeting to end up. I would request you, like audience, if they have any questions, they can definitely shoot up. Anyone, please. Okay, so I would like to say, sir, like most of the
Sir, good
people,
afternoon.
yeah, we have Rishabh sir here.
Sir, tell us the importance of yoga and exercise in humans' life.
Okay. Whose question may I know?
Sir, this is Kumar Rishabh sir. He is the founder
Sir,
of Hey Foodie.
Rishabh here, sir.
Okay,
Rishabh
right.
here, sir.
See, yoga is a wonderful thing. It's a very ancient culture in our country, which we ignored for a long, long time. Now we are getting more vigilant towards it. Yoga is not only related to the physical postures. Once you do yoga, you are able to nurture your mind, your body, and your soul as well. And with this, not only you are able to make yourself fit, you are able to develop that mental poise also, the mental balance also.
Sir, what Rishabh sir asked us, like, do you think, sir, yoga and these things have been helping us out as students, likely to build up a mental health and to have a good lifestyle?
Exactly, that's what I was saying, that yoga had been a very important thing in our ancient India. This last few years, we have tried to revive it because we have understood the importance of yoga, that it not only keeps you physically fit, it keeps you mentally healthy also. It is a complement to your body, your mind, your soul, everything. It helps you in reducing the stress and anxiety. And therefore, in many of the foreign countries, they have adopted this yoga as a part of curriculum also. They are doing at home, they are doing at school also. And this helps a lot. Maybe duration is short, but every day, each one of us should practice some easy asanas of yoga, maybe for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning.
Like, sir, you seem very
Thank
fit
you so
and
much,
fine
sir.
at this age. Yeah. Sir, what has been
Hello.
your daily lifestyle? Can you please put some light on it? Like, what have you been following? What healthy foods have you been taking? And what has your lifestyle been, sir? Please put some light.
Sorry, I missed the first part of your question.
Sir, I said that you seem to be very fit and fine at this age. Can you put some light on your daily lifestyle? Like, do you practice yoga? What healthy food do you have?
Yeah, my dear sir, I'm running 62, but then I could make myself fit by adopting some very simple things. One, I told you that you should have regular gaps between your breakfast, lunch, and dinner or snacks. I always try to maintain it. It's not that once I'm at home, so I can eat anything anytime. It's not that. I have a fixed schedule. Yoga, of course, sometimes when I get time, I do it. But then I have made one point very uh, important for myself, and that is the walks every day. So the timing is not fixed. If I get time in the morning, okay. Otherwise, even the evening also. Still, till today, I go for 8 kilometers walk. There is a landmark which is around 4 kilometers from my house. So I go to that landmark and come back. So it is 8 kilometers walk every day. Coming to the food habits, I avoid the fried things. Mostly, I use fruits, vegetables, and baked items, but not the fried items. Especially the street food or junk food, I don't like and I don't prefer also. Maybe occasionally once in blue moon, along with a friend, sometimes I take on some little amount of it. Otherwise, I try to avoid it. Whenever I'm outside my home, if I am feeling hungry, I don't go to the street foods. I prefer the South Indian foods, which are more hygienic. They don't use more of oil and all. At home also, I avoid non-veg. Only occasionally we take, and that too in a little quantity. And I go for the citrus food like the orange and lemon, etc. I use regularly, and this keeps me fit.
Exactly, sir. That's a wonderful thing I would like to say. Like you said, you are 62 running and you still seems of it. For the people who are here with us, we should definitely learn from sir and follow his dieting habits. And I can say, sir, if you are outside sometime at this point of time and you are in Jamshedpur especially, Hey Foodie can definitely help you out getting a good tiffin or getting a good meal and a healthy meal wherever you want in Jamshedpur, sir. Like,
Sure.
sir, one last question I would like to ask and end up with. Some nutritionists avoid that we should avoid whites. Can you put
Yeah.
some light on it, sir? That do you have or do you avoid it?
Yeah, like if you're talking of whites, mainly we include 4 or 5 things in this, like the salt, sugar, bread, and the things made of maida and all that. So we can avoid in the sense. Hello.
Yeah, hello. You're audible, sir.
No, there's no audio and video here.
Yeah, you are audible to us, sir. Visible also.
Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah. So I was saying that mainly there are 5 whites we should try to avoid. The sugar, salt, the things made of maida, which we call the flour, and
Yes, sir.
rice and bread. Uh, if it's not possible to avoid completely, we should try to reduce it, because these whites, they increase your blood pressure, they increase the level of sugar in your blood, they cause many diseases which are linked to heart and kidney, and they have got substitutes. ऐसा नहीं है कि you cannot avoid. They have substitutes. Like in case of bread, you can use the brown bread. In case of white rice, you can use the brown rice. And sugar and
Exactly.
salt also just as per your requirement. Some people add white salt after the food is cooked. That is very dangerous. You use salt or sugar in the quantity as is required for that item. The items, while cooking also, you have to take care that they are not overcooked. So all these things can be taken care of.
Exactly, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. So we open just the next 2 minutes for the audience before we wind up. Anyone in the audience has got any questions to ask from sir, please, you're welcome
Yeah.
to.
Most welcome.
Hello, sir. Good evening. So,
Hello.
now it's fine. Sir, my
Yeah.
question is for जैसे कि इम्यूनिटी बूस्टर के लिए जो फूड होता है उसमें एक थॉट आता है कि इम्यूनिटी मीन्स कि जिस तरीके से खाना खाया जाता है, अगर बनाने वाले उसी भाव के साथ बनाए तो उसको इम्यूनिटी बूस्ट होते हैं. लाइक एक हमारे एक स्लोगन है सर कि संस्कृत में तन्मना भोजनगत चित्त, वो हमारे जो हे फूडी के ऊपर ही बेस्ड है. बेसिकली उसी के रिलेटेड में हम डिराइव किए थे कि जिस भाव से अगर खाना बनाए, अगर उस भाव से खाना खाने वाले खाए तो उसके शरीर में लगता है.
Hello. There is no video. Hello.
Sir.
Is my video clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh, it's coming and going. Hello.
Yes, sir.
उनका पूछा था कि कहना है कि जिस खाने वाला, खाना बनाने वाला अगर उसी भाव से खाना बनाए, जिस भाव से खाना खाने वाला उसे खाना चाहता है, तो वो खाना हमारे बॉडी में जाके बहुत अच्छे तरीके से लगता है. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट इट सर? आपका क्या मानना है उसके ऊपर?
Yes, right. See, I've got a very simple formula to boost up your immunity. You should take the citrus food, the items which are rich in vitamin C, almonds, onion, garlic, ginger, milk. You prepare recipes out of all these items and you add love to it. And the that the person who is preparing with love and affection, obviously that will boost up your immunity system.
डेफिनेटली सर, आई वुड लाइक टू से कि जब हम अपने माँ के हाथ का खाने को खाते हैं, तो उसके अंदर सर जो सबसे बड़ी इंग्रेडिएंट्स होती है, जो सबसे बड़ी टेस्ट होती है, दैट इज द लव एंड अफेक्शन ऑफ आवर मदर्स, राइट? एंड आई वुड लाइक टू से सर वही चीज है जो कि आज हमारे खाने को इतना टेस्टी बनाती है. थैंक यू, थैंक्स अ लॉट इम्तियाज सर. एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस वी इफ वी हैव फ्रॉम द ऑडियंस, वी कैन टेक ओनली
the way it is served also.
Exactly sir, बिल्कुल sir. Thank you sir. So we just have one last question before we can wind up the session. Anyone from the audience? Okay sir, so we have one question in the chat box. Sir, as you know, today's youth is around so many distractions. So sir, my question is that how can we be focused towards our goals despite distractions?
Okay, during the discussion I had told you one thing, that you ask your child to sit with you, with the parents or teachers, and you ask the child that if he or she is of 10 years of age, ask him or her that where does he or she finds him after 15 years of time at the age of 25. So from there you have to find out what is the child's goal, what is the child's aim, what the child wants to become, and to become that dream, what is required for the child. Nowadays the distraction has become so much that even if the child wants to concentrate on his studies, he or she is not able to concentrate. The first thing at home is TV, then is mobile with internet connection, and with internet comes a lot of problems, and the child gets distracted easily. Now, the time has come when the teachers and the parents have to talk to the child very openly, explain everything, the negative and positive things about a particular device. It's not that you put child's lock in the mobile. It's not that you just ask the child that you don't use this particular site and all. Be very open, be very frank with the children and explain to them that these sites also are there, but they are not for your use. Because once you use it, you will get distracted, your time will be wasted. Apart from that, there are a lot of things which are helping in academics. So use those sites, and at the same time, you prepare the child's timetable where entertainment also is given some due space, some due time, so that the child, when he gets bored from the studies, when he gets fed up, he needs some change, some entertainment, can go and do it. There are some parents who always say that you study, go to school, go to tuition, go to coaching classes, come back home, again study. The child cannot study for so long hours. He or she also needs entertainment. We don't encourage for sports and games. We think that it's simply wastage of time. Whereas if the child goes out to the field and plays with the friends, he or she gets refreshed, and then the distraction becomes less and less. So it is the more important is that the most important. How do we handle the child's psychology?
Exactly, sir. You brought out a wonderful point. Like we read in our schools also when I was in school. Like all day studies make Jack a dull guy. So that the same saying goes on, sir. Like if we only study and don't play, that makes us dull. Like yeah, exactly, sir. So I hope Amit, you got your answer from in a very wonderful manner from Imtiaz, sir. So this, sir, we would like to, though not wanting to, but we would have to end up the session as we have got time constraints also. And it was really a wonderful session with you, sir.
Yeah.
We all loved your answers. We all enjoyed the teachings which you gave to us. But before winding up, we would request the team to please kindly show up the certificate of which sir is going to get. That it's a small token of love from our side, sir. We are going to mail that to you, and we are going to show it on the screen now to you. Please, if you can share the screen and
Anand,
show the certificate.
Anand or Dipesh, kindly do the needful. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
Definitely, sir. In the meanwhile, I would say the last 40 minutes was one of the best sessions we could ever have. We could ever learn from such a well-experienced and learned person. And the thing which you brought up, sir, like you are 62 and you have been maintaining such a good health. It was really amazing to hear that from you, sir.
And this Hey Foodie can do wonders in this field. So once the lockdown is
Yeah,
over, I would
definitely,
like
sir.
to interact with your team more. And like I keep going to around the schools where they call me for consultancy. And after knowing details about your project, I can refer your case to those different schools. Like my client schools are from different cities of Jharkhand and Bihar. So I can refer you a case that, okay, you can completely outsource this activity for healthy food to this particular group.
Yes, sir. We
Thank
would
you so much,
definitely
sir.
like,
Thank you
sir,
so much.
for the honor you are going to do. Thanks a lot, sir, for that.
Welcome.
Yeah, Anand, so please, if you can share the certificates, sir.
Yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Sir, just to end up with the silence, I would like to ask you, sir, what have you been doing in your lockdown? Means everyone is locked down at home. We are sitting just 24 into 7 in our bedrooms, in our rooms. What have you been? How have you been spending your time, sir?
I have a lot of work to finish. Like before the lockdown started, I had visited some of my client schools in Patna and Calcutta, and I have to complete their reports. And I had been in touch with them, asking for more details and preparing reports and all. So a lot of online work I have to do. It's normally 7 to 8 hours every day that I have to work online. So I'm quite busy with that. And then due to this lockdown, my both the daughters are at home, so I'm busy enjoying with them also.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing, sir. So this is the certificate, the honor certificate presented to you, sir, from Hey Foodie side. It has been an honor, sir.
That's
You
fine.
visited
Wonderful.
us. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. Sir, this copy will be mailed up to you. आपकी mail ID पे से mail कर दिया जाएगा. And it was really a wonderful session. You came to us. You enriched us with so much of knowledge. You gave us all the content we need in today's life. And thanks a lot. Thank you for everything, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Namaskar.